Come on then, come on. Steady, steady, stop. Back up a little bit. Great. Oh, hi there. We're down here in John Adams Street in central London for the first ever RSA Fellows Festival. It's going to be fantastic. The drone video, right, we're going to cut to the drone footage and I'll see you inside. I'm just about to run through my presentation.
This is the one that matters, of course. So will you please put your hands together for Andy Haldane.
Listen, we've got an incredible day planned for you. Jim will say what about that in a second.
And now, of course, you are an RSA Fellow.
I am, yes.
What does it mean to you to be part of this community?
It's just always knowing there's a bed of some of the most intellectual and interesting people under one roof. And I can reach out to them for expertise when I need it.
That is not good. I don't believe children in Stoke are less talented than children in Kensington.
And it is doable. You know, I think what's so frustrating about this, more than frustrating, is it isn't a sort of technological problem, it is a political will problem.
They fill the whole life cycle, from early years to adult, from cradle to career.
And rooted in the design challenges that were at the heart of the RSA's inception. We have the Student Design Awards. They've existed for nearly 100 years. They're the centrepiece of our social design offering to university students, contributing to the creative development and social agency of many thousands and many generations of students, including Johnny Ive, designer of the iPhone and the iMac. He was a double winner in 88 and 89.
It's absolutely, June, what the world needs, but it will not work without all of your help, and that process starts today.
Brilliant, thank you, Andy.
Have you met my twin? The other day he drove the Steamco art truck down to the West End and caused a right old ruckus with a megaphone and a green screen outside the RSA's first ever Fellows Festival. Despite not being in a field, the RSA's festival was a great day. I did a talk entitled Who Cares? And a couple of fellows said it was the best talk they saw all day.
It's gone magically to my name. I'm Nick Corston, fellow of the RSA. Obviously we're not in a great room today. I did do a talk up there a few years ago where I asked the question, who's seen people like Ken Robinson? The hands went up. Who's done something about it? The hands went down. I started a project called Steamco, which is all about bringing the community, parents, local businesses, teachers together to run creativity days with rockets, with ukuleles, with coding. And in the lockdown, I actually got a government grant to build a green screen TV studio at home. So I actually ran a 3-day Glastonbury festival on a cardboard pyramid stage in my bedroom with a school in Somerset. I've been called a man on a mission by Wired magazine, The Guardian, or a little bit cheekier. They had a headline that says, I just talk quickly till people say yes. Here's another dad, I'm a dad, that's a rather famous dad. Elon Musk wants to take 1 million people to Mars in 30 years' time. This dad actually went in one of Elon Musk's rockets, gave him $150 million for the privilege. Jared Eisman, he's a dad, he gave me $20,000 last year to go on a UK tour. I rented that camper van, drove to John O'Groats to launch the Ignite 22 festival year because I'm on a mission to raise £1 million to inspire 1 million kids by putting 22 of these little trailers on the road. I want to get one of these camper vans with a green screen studio in it and drive all around the country doing workshops with children. That's me and my alter ego, you may have seen me this morning, with a cardboard Mars base camp that is live streamed from school playgrounds. The kids look out the windows, they can't see anything, it's all done with smoke and mirrors, and then the rocket takes off. And now I am inside the camper van. I want to run arts programs and TV shows to kids there in the little school there. The kids make paper rockets, they fire paper rockets, we make Mars planets from cardboard, we do coding, and we do I Love Art, because I love art. The A for art. Art is what we call it when what we do connects us to somebody else. Publishing a report today, the Art Impact Report. I asked every head teacher I visited last year, about 30 of them, and 100% of them said they would recommend me to another school. That's the best metric for any product or service. Would you recommend this person to somebody else? So who cares? What do you care about?
Ethics.
Ethics. What does he care about?
Family.
What does he care about?
We
what do you care about?
Connections.
Oh, you care about connections. I care about connections as well. That's my mother's hand. 2 months ago, she went to hospital and was given 3 months to live. So we got a bed at home, and she came home, and that lady there, that carer, came into our family home and said, I know you. who taught me to sew on an arts and crafts play scheme that my mum ran with my dad for 30 years after I left home. My mum aren't artists, but they care. That's a news clipping that the district nurse brought in. They've been on her fridge for 20 years because my mum taught her children to knit on that play scheme. And there's my mum making rockets at my old school with the children. She came home on the Saturday. On the Monday, I went to a local school in Shropshire, in the Shropshire Hills, to launch an appeal for Shropshire to get one of these trucks in Shropshire. And we did it on BBC Radio Shropshire. I went home to talk to my mum. I showed her the videos. We listened to the radio. My mum died the next day. She didn't last 3 months. I stood in the church at the celebration, not a funeral, a celebration, and I quoted Prince EA, who said, "It's not death that most of us are afraid of. It's getting to the end of life knowing that you haven't truly lived. We need to live lives with purpose. We need people who care. And we need people who care. And as far as I'm concerned, I want to meet and work with and collaborate with people who care about creativity, about children, and about all our futures." That's the type of report that Sir Ken Robson produced for the new Labour government a few years ago. Who cares? I call them creative carers. And today I call on you to collaborate for creativity, please. I've given these postcards out today, and if you'd like to come and work with me and talk to me later on, I'll be a bit stronger, a bit braver. But thank you for listening.
Wired magazine and The Guardian have said I'm a man on a mission after I co-founded a non-profit 10 years ago to promote creativity with the community of my son's primary school in Paddington. I'm just a dad, but I'm passionate about creativity in our schools, work and lives, and I'm now on a mission to raise £1 million to inspire 1 million kids, and I need your help. 3 years ago, the Culture Minister told us about the government's plans to run a year-long festival of creativity and innovation that we wanted to be part of. We launched our Art Connects 19 year in Parliament and ran community events in school communities across the UK, in Cornwall, at Camp Bestville in Dorset, and with the community of a school in Bradford. A chat with Niall Rogers at a school in Toxteth rounded off a week in Liverpool that gave us a theme for 2020.
So my whole life is a collaboration.
With emergency COVID funding, we've run virtual and real community art events like a Glastonbury festival on a cardboard pyramid stage in a school in Somerset, others on a cardboard Coventry Cathedral, an art camp in a field in Devon, and a pop-up disco under the moon in Kent, as well as a live-streamed New Year's Eve party to kick off our Inspiration 21 year. Elon Musk's dream of taking 1 million people to Mars in 30 years inspired our Mission to Mars UK tour, which was sponsored by a dad who went to space on one of his rockets. I built a starship from a few bits of metal and a Mars base camp from cardboard and hit the road with a green screen TV studio in the back of a camper van, live streaming into schools and running workshops. We went up through England to Edinburgh, across to Belfast and down through the Lake District to Liverpool to a village school in South Wales. We shared inspiring stories, we created stuff, and we launched rockets to inspire our kids to aim higher and higher with their art. We're launching an appeal to raise £1 million to put 22 of our pop-up day drop trucks and steamsters like me on the road.
You've arrived at your destination.
Inspired by the New Year's Eve fireworks celebrating our country's creativity, we ran our own event to launch our Ignite 22 year. We now need your help to co-create events that will help us all inspire 1 million kids this year, and for all of us to live a creative life.